Hey everybody, it's Pajama Life with our review of K-pop Demon Hunters and Billy Joel. And so it goes. Let's go.
The world will know you as pop stars. You will be hunters.
They're stealing the souls of our fans? Let's send those disgusting demons back to the depths where they belong!
Yeah!
You think we're just gonna let you steal our fans? You're gonna have to fight us for them.
Everything is at stake.
K-pop Demon Hunters and the Billy Joel documentary we're reviewing on Pajama Life. I'm Pajama, and this guy here is Patrick.
Yay! I didn't realize that was an intro for me to fall into it, but I did. There we go. So, hey, everybody, glad to see you here.
All right. Patrick, what do you think of K-pop Demon Hunters?
Really good. It's surprisingly good. I did not want to watch it, to be really honest. I was like, another, obviously oriented for teenage, but the music was catchy. For the most part, I would say. Just hearing that little bit of a bit we saw in the intro there, very catchy, made me right back into it. The story was, it's one of those old, everybody tells the story. It's Romeo and Juliet, the star-crossed lovers, and at odds. Their families are at odds, or their groups are at odds, and but it was catchy. The whole idea of the pre-manufactured bands. We all are old enough that we've been through, all the pre-manufactured bands that started way back with New Edition back in the 80s.
Even
and
older.
You've seen so much of this, and even older. I'm just saying there was a lot to like about this. It was well done. The characters, you kind of felt for them. They all had pretty clearly delineated personalities, which is good. But the animation was great. The music was pretty good, actually. I hate to say that, but here we are. This is apparently our music episode this week.
Yeah.
So really, yeah, I would recommend it. It was enjoyable.
And I thought that the story was better than I thought it would be. I think there's a lot of nods to Korean culture in it, but also some of the things about these K-pop bands that are in it, their relentless schedules, they're, to the point where they're exhausted and they don't have any time for even simple stuff. I think that's a big problem with some of these bands. I thought the music I was kind of like, well, where are people going about? And then I saw on TikTok the sold out movie theaters for the sing-along version of it. And I was like, we got to talk about this because the music is hot now. I think the song I like the most, oh gosh, I don't know the name, but it was when she was singing with him near the end. It was a very moving song with very heartfelt lyrics. And I was just like, hold up, I'm feeling something here. And I think it's a great story about marginalized groups. If you think about the tone and and what they're saying, marginalized groups in Korea have a very difficult time. And you can also apply that in people all over the world who are marginalized in terms of their race, their gender, their sexual orientation, religion, or any kind of otherism. It's very tough to be. And I was the one thing that I was kind of like, why did they address this? Is why is she a half demon? Who was the demon the mama got with? And then did the demon kill her, or did she kill the demon? but it had sex. So I was like, that kind of story. If they do another one, they should focus on the mom and what happened with the mom. And okay, Netflix, call me because I got the right recipe for this. And then maybe get like Sandra Oh and like Ming Na Wen and like really great actresses to do the parts. I think it would be great with Daniel Day Kim as the love interest demon of the mother. Oh my god, I got it all worked out. But K-pop Demon Hunters is a lot of fun. The animation is beautiful. I think that it happened at the right time to capture a great audience. It's a lot of fun. And you can take your kids to the movies and have a little sing-a-song. I think little kids will be singing this song, and maybe they'll learn a little Korean while they're singing, which would be great. So definitely, I think we both agree. Check out K-pop Demon Hunters on Netflix. All right. Next up is the fascinating documentary of Billy Joel in So It Goes. Let's take a look.
Back then, his whole life was the band.
I wanted to put together a group of New York musicians.
They were a bunch of hooligans from Long Island.
We just wanted to make as much noise as possible. I didn't know one person who liked what we were doing. I loved it. My own history as a musician started with me hearing classical music. Uptown Girl. It could have been a Mozart piece.
Are you the man singing Uptown Girl?
Oh, right, I'm that guy.
Well, when I first heard Billy, it was like, wait a minute, who's this?
Billy's melodies are better than mine.
I've had a lot of hard lessons in my life. I should have been worth this, and I was worth this. And I hit the baby. I was amazed that I was still alive. Everything I've done and everything I've lived through has somehow found its way into my music.
Oh my goodness. I love this documentary. I was kind of like, oh, it's 4-something hours long. It's riveting from the first minute of this. It just takes you on this journey and doesn't let go. Pat and I are both musicians or have been musicians in our lives. And we grew up in the era of, especially the Uptown Girl era. But I think what's important in this is his family struggles with mental illness. His, I believe, subsequent struggle with mental illness and his using alcohol and drugs to self-medicate, and how important classical music was to his development and help him sustain himself. I just thought that piece about Uptown Girl being a Mozart melody was just incredible. And if you look at the music, it is so classically based. And I love that about him. And I also love that he is such a beautiful songwriter. I mean, those lyrics were just, when you look at them now in terms of what was going on in his life, it just has a whole nother layer of just beauty and pathos and just all of the feels, as they say. It's just incredible. His I think the first wife, Elizabeth, I didn't even know he had the first wife, Elizabeth, but how central she was to his rise. And that song, Just the Way You Are, whew, when you figure out what it's really about, oh my gosh, it's just even more poignant and beautiful. And so I never got a chance to see him live because the shows were always sold out. And so
I did.
I didn't get a chance to see him live. And but to see this whole retrospective of his work and to know that the critics didn't appreciate him, that's crazy to me. Because if you're gonna say like some punk rocker is great, but not Billy Joel, you're stupid. So I think that he I think it was funny that they said, yeah, he took everything personal. If they wrote something, he would cuss them out on the stage and he would do stuff. And I was like, oh my God. But fantastic documentary. I could talk more and more and more about it. But I think what I want to do next is check out his classical album to hear what he actually composed classically. And it's just amazing. Pat, what you think?
Well, as you alluded to, that was we grew up in the sweet spot of Billy Joel's music. I mean, An Innocent Man was the soundtrack of my senior and junior years.
Yeah.
And I did see Billy Joel live at the Nylon Curtain tour, which was Allentown and all that stuff. Me and my friend, one of my friends at the time, went there, and it was amazing. I mean, and I had actually had tickets to see him when he went on a tour with Elton John, but they canceled Kansas City because somebody got sick or something.
Yeah.
Anyway, but I have seen him live, and it was, I don't know. Anyway, but it was an amazing. I mean, his concert was really good. And just man, the Mozart piece, a little bit you showed him playing, it was. To me, it made as much. It reminded me of Mozart in the. Oh my God, Amadeus. Thank you. I could see the picture. I couldn't. It reminded me of Amadeus when Mozart's playing. Like, oh, we wanted to play it in the style of this guy, and he does it. And he wanted to play it in the style of this guy, and play it. Yeah. And it was like him playing. You want to hear me play it in the style of Mozart? Sure. And his father being the classical pianist, not ever thinking he was good enough. I'm like, dude, really?
And what a tragic story with him and his
talk
father.
About having to really prove yourself to your parents. How much bigger did he have to get? I don't know. But
remember, his brother said that his father did
love
his work and really appreciated him. I think the father just could never be satisfied with himself. And so he couldn't express anything to anybody else.
Yeah, all kinds of weird, there's weird family dynamics in every family. And this is one of those things. It's just like, who could have thought that Billy Joel wasn't a great pianist? I mean, the guy is like tearing it up. I mean, and the thing about his songs, and it was because we did the yacht rock thing a couple months back. And in that particular period is when guys were starting to write songs about their own feelings and stuff. It wasn't just, I'm a tough guy, girls are here for me, that kind of thing. But Billy Joel he was the shit. I mean, he knew exactly what he was doing. He did it smart. I mean, some of his personal life choices may not have been great, but you know what? He handled them with as much grace as you could. I mean, he's still making music. He's got to be upper 60s at this point, if not 70.
Oh, he's probably 70 at least.
I was gonna say, because we're looking at 60s here, so and he was 3 albums in by the time I was in high school, so I'm just saying.
The first one came up in what, 73 or 74?
The thing is, they talk a little bit about this in the movie about the American Songbook. Billy Joel's wrote a damn big chunk of it. Yeah. And you can't tell me if you listen to a Billy Joel playlist on whatever service you use, you can't sing along with half of those songs. You can, because they are catchy, they're easy to remember, and they make you feel things. And I'm telling you what, absolutely one of the better things I've seen. And like you said, 4 hours didn't feel like 4 hours. Really worth it. Really
and I
worth
was
it.
Like, I couldn't wait for the second one to come out. So we have another hour.
I watched the first one when it came out, and then I had to wait like 2 weeks to see the second one. I was like, God dang, I know Christy Brinkley's in the next one, because it kind of ends at the end of his first marriage. And I said, well, we're getting into the Innocent Man and Nylon Curtain and
Yep.
all the other albums that came after that. And some of his older stuff I'm not as fond of, but it's still really good. But it just doesn't have the same nostalgia connection, because this is wow, nostalgia baiting at its best. I'm just telling you, really good music. And if you are even connected remotely to that particular period in time, you can't escape the fact that was playing at some point in your life that you remember.
On KPRS, the black station in Kansas City.
Yeah.
They played his stuff on, everywhere. So dude traveled across many genres too. And I remember one of the funny stories he was on American Idol and one of the seasons. And one of the contestants was singing, I think it might have been Innocent Man. And he was like, yeah, good luck singing that song. I can't even sing it anymore. I thought that was funny. But I think that he has the ability, which only some of the greats can do, to take everything they're feeling and craft it into words that everybody can assess. They're accessible to everyone. That's a skill that many don't have. And I'm glad we're left with those beautiful, beautiful lyrics to talk about what's going on in the world, what's going on between people, what happens during marriages. You sitting at a bar and you around a bunch of people, and picking up on people's lives. I mean, there's not many people out there who have done it as great as he has, and beautiful melodies and harmonies along with it.
He knew what he was doing.
Crazy good. So definitely thumbs up. Billy Joel and So It Goes. And you go and watch this documentary right now, this weekend. Hurry up.
There's even a Spotify playlist. Not that I'm advertising for Spotify or anything, but there's a Spotify playlist where they actually have some of the spoken bits of Billy Joel introducing songs, through it, and it's pretty nifty.
Bro, definitely check it out. All right, that takes us to the end of this week. Next week, I'm super excited because Wednesday is back, but also the Spike Lee joint, his last collaboration with Denzel Washington, Highest to Lowest, which is based on a Kurosawa movie called High to Low. So I'm going to definitely watch the Akira Kurosawa version and the Spike Lee version. I think this is his second adaptation of Akira Kurosawa's work. And I may do a show about the two movies and compare and contrast. So definitely stay tuned for that. But we definitely will check out Highest to Lowest and Wednesday next week. Well, that's it for us. And Pat, you got any final words?
Everybody get out there and have a great Labor Day. Remember that unions got you your 3-day, your weekends. They get your holidays. Support unions.
Yes, and Billy Joel is one of the reasons I picked him, is kind of the working man singer. And so when you think about Allentown and what was going on then could very easily happen today. So definitely appreciate the unions who have made it possible for no child labor and healthcare and
safe working conditions
and that there's safety laws. So check it out, and we'll see you next time. Take care. Bye.